So, welcome back to another week of the Sketchbook Heroes podcast with me, Ilias.
And me, Robert.
Yeah, and this week we're going to talk about... Exactly. Oh, now you do it.
See?
Son of a bitch. It was so good. Where was that take, Robert, when we were recording the actual sound bites?
There can be only one.
There can be only one sound bite. God damn it.
Nailed it.
Except when we were recording. And I'm not going to put it on the thing.
So satisfying.
It is. And it smells really good. Liquid cocaine.
Oh.
Sponsored by Liquid Cocaine Company.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Look it up.
Oh, shit, my knee. I forgot. Okay, but we're in a good spot.
Yeah, we are.
Place. So, on this week's episode, we're going to talk about, I don't even know how to word it, but... So we're going to use Love, Death, and Robots to discuss good stories, bad stories, or like how to tell stories and whether our opinions about them matter. You know what I mean? Like it is such a...
What makes a good story or video or movie or...
Exactly. And you not liking it, does it make it less?
Is it bad because you don't like it?
Or it just doesn't jive with you specifically and everyone else likes it? You know, like...
Yeah.
I don't know what the episode... Like, the name of this episode will grow at the topic, I guess. Because me and Robert, we both watched the...
Love, Death, and Opinions.
Love, Death, and Opinions, exactly. Volume 3. And we just, like, we both liked it, but... We had a lot of different opinions on what we thought was good and bad.
Yes.
So that kind of grew into this episode.
Yeah. So it's going to be more of a, I guess, general discussion around Love, Death, Robots and just see what comes out of it.
And I guess we're going to probably derail from that. But
big time.
But since it is something that is easily consumed by you guys, it's going to be... a lot easier for you to, if you want to sort of understand what we're talking about, to just go in and watch them because they're all just short, you know, and it's an anthology of animated shorts.
Yeah.
So keeping it simple and then kind of using the episode as a guide, you know, like writing things down, but without writing anything down and making it all up as you go.
So
it's like writing, but without writing.
Straight circle. There you go. Back at it.
Idiots. And yeah, so dude, how have you been?
I've been good. It's it feels like I saw you just yesterday, which I kind of just did. But it's been a kind of okay week. Like I've had double the clients that I normally do, which is
bastards.
Yeah, I know.
Filthy.
But also had one day off, so like it kind of pans out in a way. Mm-hmm. I felt overworked when I was working, but when I was off, it felt super nice and natural. It's a weird state of mind, actually.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Pay Robert, but don't show up.
Yeah.
Okay, you
exactly.
bastards.
That's kind of what I want. Yeah, just do that. But apart from that, nothing. Really nothing. This beak has been...
Quack, quack.
Yeah, just like... You know how routine just becomes this, you blink and then you're past it? Like if you're going home by train.
You were on vacation. I totally forgot.
Yeah. But this whole week has been like a routine thing. So I just blink and then the day is over and I'm home again. And it's really weird.
Groundwork day.
Yeah, pretty much. Which sucks. Like I just want to be on vacation more. So that's my week. How's yours?
Yay!
How's the leg?
Garbage. It kind of like hurts all the time, but I'm
like
trying
my
to.
Life.
Dude, yes. It's just really hard to be a social human right now. Like, and even with my family, like I just want to be alone with my pain.
Yeah.
It's my life, and it's now or never. My knee's gonna hurt forever, which is what it feels like.
Yeah.
So like the sort of the accepting and then being low and being high and being low, like it fluctuates a lot right now. Like everything that I do with this leg feels like it just really makes everything feel pointless.
And you do it for you.
Exactly.
Everything
I do. Where's that soundbite? No, but it just hurts all the time. Like sometimes more, sometimes less, but it hurts all the time. And it kind of like, you don't think about it, like when it hurts less, but it's always there. That's the thing. Like it's always constantly there. And just doing normal shit like standing up and or just going and grab something and you have to get up and it's this fucking, it feels like you're overcoming an obstacle, but it's standing up.
Yeah.
And it's so frustratingly exhausting. The constant pain and that everything is so like difficult. And sometimes it lets up. Like today when we walked here, like for a few minutes today, it worked like a proper leg, like weak but proper. You know, I could walk real steps, and then when we were throwing darts here, it's just like, I'm out, bitch. And then it just stopped again, and now I'm like this fucking straight-legged Forrest Gump walk again. You know, like it's such a weird feeling to lose the ability to walk properly. So it's weird. It's a weird experience that I have not adapted to.
But it just adds to your sex appeal, so just embrace it.
Peg leg Greek.
Yeah. Peg leg Greek. There you go. Yeah.
Peg-legged Greek. Isn't that a movie?
It should be. It's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be mutated Greeks running around being peg-legged. I'm a peg-leg your soul.
You peg-leg.
Peg-leg.
Yeah. But yeah.
But it's otherwise like workload and everything, it's very, very, very low.
Cool. So summertime, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of summertime, thank you all for listening, because I guess it's summertime and you're listening.
It is somewhat summertime for some.
I mean, if you are hearing this, then you are technically listening. So thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just, I guess, me when I'm editing and the only person listening to this episode.
Thank you, me.
Thank you, me. Thank you
for listening to me.
For taking the time to make me sound good. No, fuck, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's where what that's for.
I was just gonna say thank you to everybody so we could kick this fucking episode off.
All right, so thank you for listening. Thank you, Max at Underverket.
Thank you.
Keep checking social media for the drop of the event, because it's coming out and it's probably out.
It
if
probably
not,
is.
We're lazy.
It's probably already been.
Yeah, but if you haven't seen it, you should check social media, all our channels. Me, Robert, Sketchbook Heroes, some other heroes, all the heroes.
All of it.
All of it. Check
it out. Check it out.
Check it out. Check it out.
Check it.
And with that said, rate the podcast everywhere, share it with your friends, and fuck this shit. We're out. But in.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Intro away.
Say no.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons, even with beards and tattoos. You know they haven't changed at all. Feeling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, sketchbook hero, pick up the sketchbook hero. They don't seem to have any line. Sketchbook hero.
Don't know what that was.
It was nice.
Lasers.
Liked it.
Oh, and we're back.
Oh, yeah. God, I am so out of it today.
A minute later.
I'm not in it.
All right. I don't know.
Love, Death, Robots.
Love Death Robots.
Love Death, Robots.
Death Robots.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. It was fun. Like this one was so much stronger than Volume 2.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Volume 3, better than 2. Equal to one, I would say.
Yeah.
Still, 1 is the best so far.
I don't know. I don't remember enough episodes to compare them. I think for me, number 1 has a couple of weaker episodes like that I didn't really care about. Like they touch on cool topics. I feel like all of them do.
Yeah.
But sometimes they get lost in the sort of planning of the episodes. They show like it's not long stuff. So like what they manage to fit in and not, it's a hit and miss game. Like sometimes it gets lost, but the visuals are always good. I don't think I've seen anything that I was like, I hate this.
No.
Like visually, I mean.
Like maybe it starts off that way, but then you like immediately get into it because maybe the story is really good. So you kind of forget about the animation, or you just get used to it.
Or it's just because you liked what was previously playing so much that the next one doesn't seem as magical to you because you're still on the sort of the mindset from like loving whatever the fuck you just saw. Yeah. So I think that transition sometimes doesn't happen naturally. Like you need to kind of cleanse the palate and then watch what you're watching.
I think that's a perfect description of it. Because when you binge a whole show like this that is so uniquely different each episode,
each time,
you really do need to cleanse in between. So I don't know if it's really made for a binge watch in that same way, but it really lends itself to because it's so short. Yeah. So you binge the whole thing and it's only like 3 hours or something, if even that. But no, I've enjoyed more or less every minute of it.
I kind of enjoyed a lot on this one.
Even the bad ones are still entertaining.
But remember what we said about the bad ones as well, is that nothing is really bad. Yeah. Like sometimes the storytelling is a bit flat, or like, like the way that they choose to tell some of the stuff. But it's, like it's time, it's prioritizing and everything. But everything is well produced. Like the animation, you can't say it's not good.
No.
Like even if you don't like the specific style, or, like the whatever, if you don't like 3D or you don't like 2D or whatever, like it's still well made. Yeah. You can't take that away from any of the different styles in all the cartoons from the different studios.
No, it's not like, because I have a real problem watching the Clone Wars show, for example.
Same.
Because I hate that animation style. It just looks wrong. It's not pleasing at all in any way. It's just like they're combining different art styles that weren't good to begin with. So they just made a fugly baby. But
when it comes to like how they move and stuff, is that annoying as well? Like,
kind of, yeah.
Okay.
It just looks cheap.
It's like when you watch Usagi Yojimbo, it looks like
I still have.
Yeah, no. But I mean, like I feel that same thing.
Yeah.
Like every now and then they move at the speed you expect them, but most times they're just like slower than slow. Yeah. And you're like, what is this? What pacing is this?
There's nothing in the Clone Wars that stands out to me as like a cool action set piece or scene. The only good ones are the 2D ones that were made by the Primal one and Samurai Jack dude. Guy. Yeah, those were really cool because they really captured, like, you have an awesome scene with Mace Windu, Samuel L. Jackson's character, who just owns an entire robot army by himself, and it really just showcases how badass a Jedi with full power is. In every single way possible. But that's 2D, and that looks cool because it's in the Samurai Jack type of animation style. It just works. But after that, it just...
When is that shortcoming? Like these motherfucking clones on this motherfucking, I don't know, plane, and then you just see him.
I'm sure they're working on it. For sure. Now, I think Samuel L. Jackson is coming back in some way, shape, or form.
Cool,
I think he's been in talks with Lucas.
How old is Samuel L. Jackson?
He is old. He's old.
Yeah, dude. Because
I think he
was old when he was young.
Maybe this is stretching it a bit, but I think he's like around 70 almost.
Really?
Yeah. Like
Holy
he is old. He doesn't look that like as old as he actually is.
But that's what I mean. Like when he plays Fury, he doesn't look that old.
No. Like, so you just shave your head and then you look young forever. Yeah. It's like the vampire secret.
What? No.
No, yeah, that makes no sense.
No, that was...
Yeah. I haven't seen... Have we ever seen Samuel L. Jackson as a vampire?
Samuel L. Vampire, no.
Just like...
No.
Totally derailing, but...
No.
Yeah.
I don't think
He's played like everything else. I haven't seen him as a woman or a vampire. So...
Or a woman vampire.
Yeah. Maybe
vampire.
Vampire.
I am a vampire. How are you?
Sure.
Okay, back to the.
Love Death
So
Robot.
we started talking about what we were going to talk about today, and we had something else in mind. So that's going to be a different episode.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of differing sort of opinions on
Love Death Robots.
Love, Death, Robots.
I loved it. I fucking loved every single thing of it. There we go.
And I had like a few problems with it. For me, like the older I get, the more storytelling I need to be good.
Yeah.
And I hate when the storytelling is like a bit flat or the characters aren't believable. And it bothers me more than I would like.
Yeah. And I totally understand you,
Yeah,
but I
and
can
you
also
see it, but you
understand.
can see past it. That's the
Exactly.
thing,
So
yeah.
for me, it's like, because when you see one of the ones that are lacking in story, you see that as a full story and it's just like, Whereas I can see it just as like a snippet out of this gigantic story that we're not being able to see, but we just see this action piece that it's a part.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's dissected. It's just taken out
it's
of
one
the thing.
piece out of the whole. Yeah.
So I don't need all of that extra stuff to build up the characters. And I'm okay with just jumping straight into it. And I actually think that makes it even more interesting sometimes because it's such a, well, the way I put it, a breath of fresh air in today's overblown woke society.
Yeah,
where
of course.
Everything needs to be explained and you need a reason for everything. And it
But I
just
don't
needs
think
to be
that's
PC.
the problem.
And
The
well,
PC
all of
part
that
I
stuff.
get. The PC part I get. I don't think everything needs to be explained.
No.
For me, it's more like, for example, if we take the fuck was the bear episode called?
Kill, team, kill.
Okay. So that one has this like simpler style, just like the vampire one in season 1.
Yeah, the one, I think the
It's
only...
the same studio, I think. Like it looks
Yeah,
too
it does.
similar not to be the same studio.
And I think it's the only one that is like pure 2D. It doesn't have any 3D
it's
elements
Yeah,
really.
it looks like moving storyboard,
Yeah.
basically. Like it's
Some
really
simple
nicely
3D
done. Yeah.
stuff in there. But yeah, the other one with the planet,
Yeah.
that was 2D on 3D.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
cell shading, I guess. But yeah, Kill Team Kill, I really loved because it's so over the top and stupid.
Yeah. And I'm
And-
fine with that. Like the vampire one, I think, has that same element, that
But-
story they tell. But in this one,
But it has more of a narrative. I
but
think.
the characters are relatable, and you kind of like I like them. You know, like even if they are just like it's simple. In this one, it's like just a lot of like dude and like you spend a lot of jokes on dicks, which I'm not against. Like we joke about dicks and butts and cocaine here every day. But the problem here is like they do it in a way that just falls flat. Like it
Yes.
falls super flat.
Oh, it does.
Like you feel, and it's not like, oh, it's cringe, so it's fun.
Even
It
the
goes-
last joke of the funny guy.
because that one was the moment where they could have sold the character.
Yeah.
And they fucked it.
Yeah,
and it bothered me so much. But I love everything about the bear and how it breaks down and how they're
So cool
able to.
looking,
Like,
too.
it's all good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But they ruin it with those moments.
Yeah.
That makes it like I can watch it the one time and enjoy the stuff that I did enjoy, but I will never watch it again because it bothers me so much. Like, it's not like, oh, I felt offended. Not at all. It's just why waste the opportunity? Because you had the dick joke in the beginning instead of like doing a dick joke where you feel something for the characters.
You feel the dick.
Feel the dick for
feel
the
the
character.
dick.
Exactly. It's just a flat dick joke that isn't funny.
Flaccid.
A flaccid
Yeah.
joke. Exactly. So I'm not against it. Like I'm not going to tell people how to tell their stories really. And this is basically what we wanted to get to.
Yeah.
That even if we think that, like for me, that felt flat.
I loved it.
Exactly. And you loved it. But like, and let's say someone got offended by another episode. And this is sort of what got us to this topic.
Yeah.
Was like, just because I get offended doesn't mean that I'm right. And
It means I'm right.
exactly.
Yeah. Obviously.
And like, just because you're offended by something or you don't like it or I didn't enjoy that, should that creator not be able to create?
Exactly.
And
like
that is the name of this topic or episode.
Exactly. That is the name of it. That
But
whole
it's-
sentence.
but I don't know how to explain that and how to kind of sell this episode in that sense. But that is basically what brought us to this episode.
Yeah.
So just because someone doesn't enjoy the way you tell a story and it falls flat to them or you don't enjoy it, and like no one's gonna like all the things you do, you know. And
course
the
not.
more famous you are, the more people are going to hate it,
Which
and like it.
increases
Yeah.
the number of dislikes. Yes, yes, of course.
So yeah, it was very interesting to talk to you about it because you can see past it,
Yeah.
and I can see past it in like shitty movies,
Yeah,
because they have a different kind of thing that makes them stand out. You know, I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
enjoy them for what they are, and the crude humor kind of adds to that how much they suck. You know,
yeah.
like
It's still a completed thing, and
It is, yeah.
In its entirety, it's still enjoyable. So I definitely understand where you're coming from with the whole thing, and the joke really did fall flat.
oh, it did fall flat,
But
yeah.
it also because he's dead, like he's just dying anyways, and that was his one thing was doing really stupid bad jokes, which I can relate to because that's my part in this.
Exactly, but for me, that's
Yeah.
where I didn't believe it.
No.
Was that he lost his leg, he's dying.
He could have.
And he could have.
A moment
they had
of heart,
but they
like,
had
yeah.
a moment there because the Sarge or the captain there,
Yeah.
like he is vulnerable at that
Yeah.
state, and then someone couldn't like to me it feels like someone couldn't handle that,
Yeah.
so they had to make a dick joke there. No, it's not a dick joke, but
But
I don't
kind
like,
of.
but kind of
Yeah.
a dick joke, yeah. So and then it just like that's not the moment for that joke. It's
No.
like I don't know, like some people just they don't feel a room and then they do the joke that no one like appreciates at that very moment.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the difference. Well, like if you give two people like the same joke, one tells it, with the timing and the charisma, and then just one says the joke. Basically like my brother does, And he's like, no, you don't get it. Like, let me explain the dick joke to you. Like, no, I got the joke.
It was just not.
It was just not funny.
Yeah.
And that's sort of how I feel about this joke in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
specific moment. It just wasn't the moment that you didn't set up for it where it would be fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's missed. And I feel like you put the energy to do that, but you didn't put the energy to make anyone relatable, even in the short. Like the vampire one, you establish them fairly quickly,
Yeah.
and then it just chaos.
Yep. And it just
And
all
it's
works.
Perfect.
The timing is just like pow, 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 pow.
Yeah,
pow.
and it's
It
a
just-
12-minute short, and I
Yeah.
think this one is basically somewhat
Same.
same.
Yeah.
And it's the same studio.
Yeah. Oh, it's got to be.
It's got to be.
We haven't
It's
looked this
too
up, so we don't-
similar. Yeah, it's too similar because the previous one is so like simpler in the style, but it's so good.
Yeah, it is.
And I think this one is good as well. Like it's like that added with like a bit of like more cell shading and a bit more refined in its style. I
They
guess.
probably had a little
bit more time and budget. Maybe, yeah.
Maybe some more people working
Yeah.
on it. I don't know.
And it's
It's fun.
It's a fun little story. Otherwise,
I mean, you can watch it on mute. You don't have to listen to anything they say because
You can
it's
just
not
watch the
relevant
penis, yeah.
to. It's not relevant to the story or the
No.
thing you're watching at all. What you're watching
Yeah.
is a badass robot grizzly tank thing
Honey badger,
slaughtering.
Robert.
Yes, honey
Honey
badger, of course. I was so proud when they said honey badger, and honey badgers don't give a fuck. It's exactly why I started saying honey badger, because it's awesome. But it's just a cool animation, you know? They're having fun. You can tell how much fun they probably had doing this. And just, I can imagine being in the room brainstorming how they're gonna die. Like,
and then
how are
some
we
guy
gonna
just like,
kill
but
off
the dicks.
these-"
We gotta get the dicks.
Yeah.
No, but it's the same with anime. That's why I can't watch anime.
Yeah.
Because all that stuff that is fan service within quotation marks, I can't. Yeah. It's
we don't
like,
get it.
No, we don't get it. It's not for us.
Or not in the way
But the
that
animation,
it's supposed to be got. you know?
got, yeah. But again, like, should they not be able to tell their stories? Of course they should.
Of
Like,
course.
of course they
I
should.
mean, we're watching artwork. Like,
And it's the same thing. I
Yeah.
think a clear example early on in my artistic career was watching Alien,
Oh, yeah.
and then going to get the art book, and it was just dicks and babies basically. Like that was H.R. Geiger's thing.
Yeah.
Like babies, like reproduction, sci-fi, like dicks and butts and dicks. Like it was all going somewhere, and there were babies, and like it was insane, and it was so good. You know what I mean? Like the artwork is so good.
It is.
But it is highly disturbing.
But it's
if
also
you're 10.
one of a kind.
But it's also highly disturbing if you're a young child.
Yes.
So
Learn something.
Yeah.
Go
No,
Google
but-
H.R. Geiger.
yeah, H.R. Geiger was a guy.
Oh, he was.
And apparently he was the nicest of guys. Like when you
Really?
see, because I was talking about this in some context, and then someone said like, but if you see the interviews and stuff, like he seemed like like nobody knows.
Just
But
like
the
Marilyn
peop-
Manson.
yeah,
seems
no,
like a
nobody ever
genuinely
said. No one
nice-
ever said.
nice and
That's-
smart individual.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never a fan. Not my type of music.
Yeah.
But it was just like
Yeah. What made that man so disturbed?
I don't know. Is it
And
being
Manson for
disturbed?
that, like, Or is it
but I
just
don't think
his
you
way
can
of
compare
staying?
them? Like,
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm drawing from my own experiences with me doing my exploding heads, clay stuff, or whatever stupid shit I draw. It's a way to ventilate all the stupid shit that goes through your head, and just leaves the good stuff for you to communicate to other people. So
No,
you
but that's
stay
what I'm
happy
saying.
and
That's-
friendly
yeah.
by letting go and expressing your dark side on canvas or with clay or with Love, Death, Robots.
but again, like you say dark stuff or like dark, and then to someone else they're not as dark. You know what I mean?
oh yeah,
It-
it might be nothing.
Because we talked about like there was this surgery show on TV back in the day where they showed basically just people being cut open and
Surgery.
surgery, yeah. And I could eat and watch that.
Because you're a sociopath.
Sociopath, yeah, and totally disconnected from real life.
Yeah,
and other people were like, can you just change the channel? I'm gonna throw up. You know, like
but you're like, yeah, just after breakfast.
no, but I think like there's some desensitization thing that happens if you see, I don't know, this kind of stuff. You know, like because we grew up watching, like
Evil Dead and
Evil Dead, all that, where
the
it's
trauma stuff.
trauma stuff, but it's all like all those things are very, fake.
Yeah.
Like it's obviously fake.
Very
like,
much.
They cut off their heads. It's like a doll's head, and like all that
yeah.
stuff. Like you see that it's fake. And then you see like the real like slasher type of, and it's a
yeah.
bit more realistic. And depending on sort of who's directing, like it can be very graphic,
Yeah.
or it can be very sort of like go to black. You know,
Did you ever see like those, like the real clips of people getting killed and stuff?
no,
Because that was a big thing in the
that
early
was not
2000s.
my thing. Yeah, no, I think I saw a couple of like decapitations and stuff like that. I don't
Yeah.
know what was real. It was always bad quality.
Yeah,
And
exactly. But I mean, you've at least seen.
yeah, I've seen a few
but
of those.
that's what I
yeah.
mean. Like,
but I
we've
was
seen
never
that stuff
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
Like, so we've seen everything more or less. Like,
But I would say
from
surgery
mild
is
to-
worse than
Yeah.
that. Like, because you see, it's good quality. You know, like
I
you can
think-
actually see them cut open skin, and you're like, what the fuck? It's,
One of the worst things that I watched is those. What's it called when you do plastic surgery stuff?
like that
When
stuff
they're
as
doing
well. yeah.
liposuction and like it just looks so violent.
I think that
and
was
gross.
maybe it as well. Like they
Just
had a couple
shoving
of
in
yeah,
metal rods and like
sucking up the fat stuff,
Yeah.
and it was just weird. Yeah, that
and it's so very very
or when they like when they
violent.
have that little hammer thing and they like fix the nose bone thingy-majig. Yeah, those
exactly
things, yeah.
like you can really feel it
Yeah,
hurting
when you hear the dink,
Yeah.
dink, dink, and they're just like reshaping the nose or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. You're like, that is fucked up. Yeah,
And that's the thing, like that's a normal thing now. People do that all the time.
crazy people.
Yes.
No, it's
So I mean, are we all desensitized?
no, I don't
Or
think so.
like what do the kids today? I mean, you have kids.
Mm-hmm.
What's the worst thing they've been exposed to your knowledge?
I don't know. Like that's the thing. I don't know.
Like, what's the worst thing that you've shown
We've
them?
seen. I think
Any type of slasher stuff?
no, not at all. Like I haven't seen slasher stuff in
Yeah.
years. Like
Because you were never into it.
yeah, I was never like I
Like,
was
I
into
mean,
it
when we were kids.
kids.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. Somewhere around like 16 to 20.
You fell
Like,
out of it.
I fell out of it. Like I probably saw something, but I don't think I've seen like any horror movies like in 15 years at least. I don't remember exactly, but I just haven't like because that genre started to annoy me because it was always like, okay, you're a dumbass. You're all dumbasses basically, and that kind of lost its fun. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's more fun when it's smart people not doing dumb shit
Yeah.
and not smart people within quotation marks walking into the knife. At least you got to sell that part, and it started to annoy me. It became like this recipe thing, and then you're like, okay, so we're all just doing the same movie over and over.
Yeah.
And I lost it, and then I just never got back into it. And always the stories sucked. Like most of the times the story sucked. I have some guilty pleasures. Like I really enjoyed Jeepers Creepers 1.
And that's a good story, even though it's a bad one.
Yeah.
It's a great bad. Well, I wouldn't even go that far.
I didn't think it was bad. That's the thing.
Scary movie.
Yeah,
it's a perfect Halloween movie.
I think that's how I watch it as well.
Yeah.
Like it's like during those, and I rented it.
Yeah.
So there are some movies that like they're not a perfect movie, but it's entertaining throughout basically, and I kind of like the sort of little mystery that they leave. That isn't like how does fucking Jason Voorhees keep coming back? Like that's not interesting to me.
It becomes that supernatural thing,
and that's why I never liked Mike Myers either. Like because it was pointless. Like there was no reasoning around it that like even if it's like I don't know, it wasn't interesting. That's all I'm saying. Like it wasn't interesting to me. Like the scariest one of the Halloween movies is the one where Mike Myers isn't there. The one with the masks.
But
it sucks. It sucks so much. I hated it.
Yeah.
But it left me with a feeling that I hated.
Yeah.
That was scarier than Mike Myers chasing Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. And that I would have really loved to see them because they were going to make the whole Halloween thing an anthology. Mm-hmm. To just have different directors come in and make their scary movie under the banner of Halloween.
Yeah.
And Witch Night or Witches something, whatever it was called. That was the first one, and it was such a bold move to go with that one as the first.
Dude, it was so fucked up.
I don't even know who directed it.
I don't know either. Like, I just left me like.
Or was it John Carpenter who did that one too?
But I was like, what the fuck is this?
I only watched it at one time because I own it on VHS. But yeah. Just that one time. I only gave it the one shot. Maybe it's better now.
Maybe it is better now, but I remember just watching it and I was like, that is fucked up.
Yeah.
And it was, like, I don't know. Should we spoil it? Like, I don't clearly remember it either. But it was the masks.
Yeah.
Like those fucking Halloween masks.
Yeah.
And then they kind of melted and like.
Became
bugs and shit. Like bugs and shit came out of them. And it was just like. I still to this day that's all I see.
Yeah.
When I think about Halloween, like the Mike Myers stuff didn't leave an impression on me. Like
so
I remember
that's what you're scared of. It's the bugs and masks.
No, but it was just like the way that they did it, and it was kids.
Yes.
Like they murdered kids basically, and they just like started melting the masks on their faces and like bugs and shit. You're like, that is such a fucked up thing. Like. And it was this like toy company or something like that was like, it was just, and they all watched TV, I think, and that's what activated the masks.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
But that's all I remember. I don't know who's in it. I don't remember shit.
Yeah. But it, like I said, it was very scary without being a horror movie in that sense that someone goes around and kills everyone,
And I'm a big fan of the Michael Myers franchise, the Halloween series, but none of them are scary.
No.
The first one is a bit scary, but it also came out in 73, I think. Like, for that time, it must have been extremely scary because I think it's the world's first proper slasher movie. Like, nothing like that was ever a thing before that movie. So it's unique in that way, and that's why I love it even more. If that wasn't the case, and if it just was another one of the slasher ones, would I have loved it as much? I don't know. Like, it's not that good.
No, that's what I'm like.
But it's still entertaining. Again, it serves its purpose, which I think connects back to Love, Death, Robots, and each and every episode serves its purpose because it's catered for a specific audience, most likely.
Of course it is. It's
some of them are
Friday the 13th has a
huge fan base, and everybody loves every
and I think it's stupid through and through.
Yeah,
but there is something there. Like I don't see it, but I don't have to.
We go to see it to see the kills.
That's
just to see how
that's how it started. Yeah, and then at some point it was like the same thing over and over.
What is the story?
Yeah, like there is no story.
I would even go as far as saying one of the Jason movies is pretty much one of the Love, Death, Robot episodes.
Yeah,
it's just like a snippet of a big story of how did Jason become who he is and where's that going to lead into space, apparently. But
Fighting Freddy.
yeah.
Just like, what?
Exactly. He goes to space, he goes to hell, he goes everywhere. But so one movie is just a little snippet of this entire big journey that is 11 movies
Dude, I love
or even more.
Should be a cover like Around the World with Jason. Every Friday the 13th, he travels the world.
Yeah, we should have that game show music.
Welcome back.
Meet Jason Voorhees. Traveled.
100 years old. No, I don't know.
A bloody good killer. No,
Every Friday the 13th, he travels the world.
with the hockey mask, but he does not play hockey. What does he do? Kills people. No, yeah,
I don't know. That was good. I accidentally pressed the crowd.
Wait, utilizing the buttons.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like in that same way, I love each and every Jason movie.
You know what I like about him, though?
The mask.
Yes.
Of course.
The mask behind... No.
The person.
The person
man.
behind the man. The man
Yeah,
behind
the man
the mask.
behind
Yeah,
the mask.
God damn it. Yeah. Confusing.
Fuck you, Alice.
Who the fuck is Alice? No. God damn it. You do it so well when you're not recording it.
It's just in the moment, okay?
Yeah. So in the moment, record it. But what I like about it is how iconic it is.
Yeah.
And I think you can, like, I think someone could take the Jason thing and put it into a little sort of universe with some rules and make it awesome. But I still, like, for what it is, you know, like, it defined a genre of movies, you know, like a style of, it's one that I hate because it's just immortal people walking around killing people and then no one can escape ever. You know, like, and it becomes uninteresting, but it is a thing. Someone made that thing.
Yeah.
And people love it.
I mean, it makes so much money.
But it's like the people that dress up, like the bronies and the My Little Pony people.
Yeah.
Like, I can enjoy the cartoon, you know, but I think everything else is insane.
Yeah.
But then, you know, we dress up as Spider-Man and Deadpool.
Yeah.
And that is insane.
Yeah.
To some other people. Yeah.
Exactly.
So it is like,
it's all relative.
it is all relative, yeah. So should someone not do the thing they enjoy because you don't like it? No. You should go fuck yourself, like I am with my opinions in this
Complain
matter.
into your kuda.
Which means pillow.
Yeah, the pillow.
Yeah, in Swedish.
Complain into your
Kuda.
pillow. Just keep it to yourself, you know.
I love kuda. Kuda.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Shoulda. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. That is the best.
What the fuck? Yeah. I think I've said enough about Jason.
No, but just to take it back to Love, Death, and Robots, the best thing to use that as an example is it has so many different stories told that are both offensive to some people and enjoyable to others, you know.
Yeah, and that is also why I love it so much.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to do their
own thing, of course.
They're not gonna let like the fans or the people that they're making the thing for dictate what they do.
Yeah, like what they... Yeah.
They
it's
just-
basically their personal art in
Like
in animation,
100%. And
Yeah.
just owning it and going, fuck you, we don't care. We love this.
Yeah.
We love this. We made it for us. And if you like it, that's fucking
That's
awesome.
awesome too, yeah.
And that's how it should be
And
with
that's-
every piece of art that you do, like that you're listening, if you're listening to us, that you do.
Yeah, and this would be the opportune moment to go into our Discord that we forget to plug and and just tell us your opinion on this because it's such an interesting topic. You know, something that like gets me every time is like the amount of violence against women in Love, Death, Robots.
Yeah.
And it's always the women that get it. Like they get it. Like the I
They
don't know
give it and get it.
Yeah, but it's the way that they get it.
Yeah.
Is so fucking brutal
Yeah.
that I don't know how to feel about it. You know what I mean? Like,
But
like watching women get hit. Like, affects me differently than seeing a man.
But why is that? And that is
that's
also
what I'm saying.
interesting.
That's the interesting thing that these do. Like, they make you feel things that you're uncomfortable with. Sometimes it's just dick jokes that fall flat. Sometimes it's violence against women. Sometimes it's something else.
Yeah, I mean, violence against animals or
Yeah,
pets.
exactly. Pets.
Yeah,
But I think
it's horrible. It's the worst.
exactly, and that's where it kind of gets interesting. Should these people not be able to tell their stories, even if I hate those parts?
Yeah, exactly.
And
No,
everyone should do what I want.
exactly. See, you can do it too.
But then again, the last episode on this season, I think was one of the stronger ones,
Yeah. It
where they
hit
told the
really-
story without telling you anything.
Yeah, you get to make up the story as it goes.
Yeah,
which
and-
I think is one of the best things also
Yeah.
about the entirety of the show, because there's a lot of episodes that is kind of very open to your interpretation,
Yeah.
and you get to build the big narrative around it. Again, you're just seeing a snippet out of this big thing.
But I think the last one was actually one of my favorites too. Like, it was so strong in both the sort of like the performance dance thing, but it was basically like some type of Lady of the Lake type person, a witch, if you will.
It felt like, El Dorado, like the road to El Dorado. She felt like El Dorado, and they were the Cortez and those knights.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
Like, it's a
I
way
didn't think
to
about it
see-
like that.
See that?
She is the city of gold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, but it was nice. Like, it was so cool too that she could like lure them in with her voice,
And just driving them crazy.
but that she was always dancing.
Yeah.
Like
It was all this big choreographed.
and you know what I liked most about that part? It was that they made it believable.
Yeah.
Like, she moved like that always.
Yeah,
Like,
like just a little bit too much.
Yeah,
all
exactly.
The time.
No, yeah, exactly.
It
Like,
just
where
made
it
it
becomes
supernatural or like this mystical thing.
Yes.
And even like when they go into that hypnotic stage and start dancing too,
it's so good.
It looks so insane. Like they're going
but dude,
totally crazy.
it was so good.
but
like,
believable.
so believable. And
Like
that's
the limbs are like getting loose because they're
Yeah.
so like
It's like they all just became
dislocating
professional
things.
dancers at a high level, like a ballerina level, where
Yeah.
they're strong and agile in
but
like
also
weird
not
ways.
being able to control themselves.
At all. And you see it.
And you see it.
You see it, yeah.
The arms are like hanging
And the mouths
after
are
and
laughing or like moving, like the faces are distorted and weird. Like it's
and the
all
way it's
so good.
edited
Yeah.
and it's so hectic and so
But it was so
vibrating
good.
the
Yeah.
entire time.
and beautiful at
And
the same
beautiful.
time, yeah.
And so
When he-
like uncanny valley, but all
but so
animated.
perfect.
Like,
But it
it's-
was perfect, though.
Yeah.
Like that's what I liked about it, was that it wasn't like, it was both hyper realism but not. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Because
yeah.
it has that running girl from the season 1.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever her name was, Lola. I don't remember. No, I'm just kidding. But
yeah.
but it has that aesthetic because it's the same guy here as well.
Yeah.
But it was just, it's so perfect.
Yeah.
And then that one guy has like, he's deaf. So
I think because he picked up a piece of her gold before she started yelling, so maybe that made him immune.
No, but he couldn't hear. That's what they sort of introduced to you all throughout the
Okay.
movie. Like, he can't hear. Like, every time you see it from his perspective, it goes quiet.
Okay, damn, I
Yeah.
totally missed that.
Yeah, so he's like, he can't hear anything. And
Of course.
dude, and it's so well done.
I just realized it's like one of the few that I've only seen the one time
Okay,
because
yeah.
it really was kind of disturbing.
It is super disturbing, and it gets so dark. Like, again, violence
Yeah.
against women. Like, the way that they portray it in these movies, or like
Yeah, they
short-
don't filter it at all.
at all.
It's
And
just
for me, like, that is worse than like seeing surgery. Like, it is so disturbing.
Yeah, but
on
also
all
just
the levels.
portrays the greed of
The
man.
brutality and greed, and
You
like,
don't give a shit as long as you get your money and treasure. That's all. Like
And
I
that
kill
was the dark-
everybody for it.
But it
you know?
changes because you don't expect him to do that.
No, and she's
And-
kind of in love with him,
and she kind of
it's-
because
it's this
he's
love story that's just so tragic, and also again it just hits home.
I don't know how to
Like-
feel about that part. Like, it disturbed me so much.
Yeah.
But you keep watching, and and redemption comes. But it is just such a rough part in
Yeah.
that show.
And you feel for her so much.
So much. And she just killed everyone.
Exactly.
And that's sort of
the
like the
beauty of it.
counterpoint. Like you care. And that's what I love about storytelling. And this is why I hate the dick joke bear. Is because you can tell a very
what it's
dark
called,
and disturbing story. And, and this lady just murdered like 30 people or something like that.
Yeah.
And now you feel sorry for her, and that
so many
complexity-
more.
Yeah,
You get to see that.
Oh, you do
towards
at the
end.
bottom
Yeah.
of the lake.
So beautiful too.
And she murdered all of them, and you feel for her because that's how life works. It's complex. Like no one is just evil or just this. There's always sides to people that you don't know.
Yeah. And seeing what she went through that time, you can imagine what she must have gone through the first time or how she became what she is.
And that's the beauty of this one as well. It's like she is this being, and her existence is just to lure people into the lake and kill them. Is it a curse? Is it something? What happened? What's the purpose?
Yeah.
But her, like, that's her nature now. That's what she does. Does she like it? Does she hate it? Like,
we don't know.
You don't know. And but in her face, you feel like sympathy, especially after what happens.
Yeah.
And the way that it happens, and the thing that he does, like he takes all the gold from her person, and it's this sort of like cloak to her that hides her and protects her, basically. Like this.
He just totally
He strips her. Yeah,
more or less.
But basically, yeah. And it's all these metaphors that you can interpret however you want, and and then, like the story just progresses, and it's a lot of interpretation here, and it makes you feel a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it's so cool, and it's so well made, and
and again, it's only like 15 minutes.
it's so insanely,
But just those 15 minutes will sort of change your life a little bit.
yeah. It was a rough watch.
Yeah.
Like I think that one was
Perfect
in
way
my
to
opinion-
end it
Oh,
too.
dude.
Like
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
would have had that earlier, you might have not wanted to keep
going
watching
a bit. Yeah,
You might
no.
have needed a break, but just to end it on that.
But I think I'm
It's-
going to watch it again just because I felt like it was so layered in things that I didn't like and things that I loved.
Yeah.
All in this one sort of emotional roller coaster episode.
Yeah.
And it's so well made. Like, you cannot take that away from them. Like, the way that they've made everyone move. Like, the guy that slashes everyone dancing and pirouetting. And,
And just the way they move the swords.
dude,
and
it was
stuff, like
so good.
It's so great.
It
And
was
it's so
like-
filled with detail. Like every shot is just so thick with life, whether it's
It's
the jungle
insane.
or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
people
Or the
going
people-
crazy
yeah.
or her dancing, or it just fills the entire screen with just
Yeah. And watch it with headphones.
yes,
Because,
you need
like-
you need to get that.
Yeah, like how they cut from like him being deaf to everyone else hearing, and the clattering and the stuff, and like it's all amazing.
Yeah,
Like, and it's all chaotic, and it would be super cool to kind of get your opinion on what you thought of that episode.
yeah,
Like, because it is both disturbing and beautiful all in one. Like, it is a I don't know how to feel about this moment, and I know that Love, Death, and Robot 1, like the first volume, opened up with like something that I didn't enjoy at all. Like, I thought it looked really good, this hyper realistic style about, I don't even remember what the thing was, but they're trying to sort of like cross over this bad guy, and she, like the female lead, just gets stomped in a way that just is like fucked up.
yeah.
And I don't remember, like, it was just that. That's how it ends, basically.
Not at all.
No, but I just, like, I don't remember the whole thing, but it was just so disturbing.
She was the beast. That's the cool thing.
I don't remember, but
So
it was just so...
the woman was just the shell. The
Okay,
beast is
okay.
the one that's
Okay,
alive.
Okay.
So it's
But it's still
opposite.
like...
That's why she wins all the time, because she's literally fighting for her life. So the
Okay.
monster in these monster battles,
Yeah.
they're all avatars, but she is the monster.
Okay, being...
And
the human is the avatar. Okay,
So
okay.
it's a cool twist.
I don't remember it, that's why. But
Yeah.
I remember watching it, and I was so... Like, it's not that I thought it was bad. I was just like... I don't know how to feel about this. It's
and that's
so
how
fucked
they
up.
kick off Love, Death, Robots.
And that's how they kick it off. And it's basically the ending.
They set
It's-
the bar, you know.
But it's... Oh, man.
So
I
just,
still,
like, get ready
But I'm going to
for
watch that
everything.
again. Like I told you, I'm going to watch the first volume again, because it has one of my favorite episodes that I think everyone that
Yogurt.
comes after
Yeah.
can learn from. No, but it was so good.
Yeah.
Volume 2 is probably the weakest one.
Yeah.
And that's just, the stories are a bit meh.
Exactly.
But the animation is not. Like, you can,
It's
like,
still
it's still
fantastic.
it's all really
I think
good.
really you could probably. Is there a shuffle button for episodes?
Dude,
on
I have
Netflix?
no idea. Netflix fucking threw me a curveball and it just mixed everything. I don't know.
Because that would be really cool to do a
just-
shuffle on all 3 volumes.
That would be cool.
Just so it's totally randomized, so you don't know what.
Yeah,
Because
I-
maybe that would make the second season or second volume
Better?
better if
Mm-hmm.
you can spread them out into the mix of all the really good ones.
Dude, I really loved the idea.
Those are the palette cleansers.
Yeah.
That was difficult to say.
Because, like, I really liked the episode where they weren't allowed to have kids, but they could live forever.
Yeah.
Such
Also
a great premise,
Beautifully made. Yeah.
but so flat.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't care about
Exactly.
anything. Like,
No.
there is almost that you care.
Yeah.
I like where he kind of starts questioning it and she doesn't,
Yeah.
and it becomes nothing.
It works
to me,
that
at
one
least.
time. But
Yeah,
it's
but-
not like I don't feel like watching it again. Is it because
Neither.
it's so dark and gloomy or
I didn't mind
slow
that, yeah.
or like what is it that makes it so not rewatchable? Whereas all the other ones, like the pirate ship one, what was it called?
I don't remember, but
Travel.
bad
traveling.
traveling, yeah.
Bad traveling.
No, that one I did enjoy.
And that's definitely the same animation studio. It has to be. It looks
I
very
don't remember.
similar.
I don't remember what the Live Forever Babies Not
Yeah.
episode was called. Or looked like. I didn't care.
No.
It didn't leave an impression that is
But
remembered.
Bad Traveling was just
It was so good.
gripping
It was
and
so good.
terrifying and beautiful and
But
badass.
just the lighting in that one is so perfect.
yes,
Like it goes with the mood. The monster is great.
yeah, the design
The
of everything,
design, the way it speaks to them,
Yeah.
the whole thing,
the
and
puppeteering
Dude,
of the thing,
I
and how he
love that.
decomposes, so you can get like really a sense of the amount of time they're at
yeah,
sea, because it really
Mm-hmm.
like towards the end he's just a corpse that's falling apart. Like it's just
No, it was
beautiful.
really, really
Yeah.
nice.
and creepy and perfect episode.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want to see. That's kind of the stuff that I would love to write more.
Yeah,
Those
but
short composed, terrifying, but also fun.
dude, yes, and that one I would say I didn't relate to any of them basically.
No, not at all.
and it still worked, and
Yeah.
that's the beauty of well-written stuff. You know, like you don't have to love all of them; it can
Nope.
still be awesome.
Because you wouldn't care if he died, like
Yeah.
the main protagonist of
Yeah.
that episode. Like you were kind of ready for him to die at any moment.
At any moment.
Yeah,
And you kind of think that he's gonna be, you know, like,
because he comes off as this arrogant piece of shit asshole.
and then he kind of has
And
a
it
little
just-
arc there
yeah.
where he kind of becomes.
He flips it on its head a bit. But I loved it so much. That's the one that I've watched the most times,
Yeah, but
because
it's
the
beautiful. I
atmosphere
could-
just gets me.
Yeah, dude, it was really nice. Like
And again, like they present a bigger narrative where like it's this specific type of shark that they're hunting and fishing for, and the seas are treacherous and blah blah blah. And then we get the snippet of just one of these excursions. Like what else has this dude seen, or what
or
have they gone through?
And that they are
it's
so
great.
sort of what do you call it, like backstabby.
Yes, yeah.
Why is everyone such an ass? You know
Because
what
they
I
just
mean?
want to save themselves. Of
Yeah,
course.
everybody,
Yeah.
every man for themselves,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
You know.
And he is the only one that is selfless
Yeah.
and like realizes that we have to save more, everyone.
Yeah, not us, but them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really nice. Like
So yeah. I mean, and that's how we kick off this season more or less. Like
yeah,
that's
it's
the
second episode. Yeah, it was really nice. What was the
The robots.
And that's the
That
one
one,
where I like it, but it
I don't remember it.
It falls
know
a
what I
little
mean?
flat as well for me.
It's gone from
Yeah.
my head.
But it's basically they just visit all these places
Yeah.
where humans have tried to survive the end, you know.
Yeah, and it's like
And-
this is where this started.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah.
And I don't know, like I think the first one that they made with the 3 robots was the funniest one.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just like, okay, you're just doing the same thing again. And I kind of like where their head is at. Like,
It's fan service.
But it is,
kind of.
I like that it's like they keep coming back with 3 robots and stuff. But it's just like the timing and you need something more like there. I don't know what's missing. I'm not saying that I could do it better. It's just like, it's nicely done.
Yeah.
It's not overly fun, in that sense.
If that one would have been the first one.
That is the first one.
No, I mean from the first volume.
From the first volume, yes.
Like with those 3 robots.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a better order. Because it's still fun, it's entertaining, but it's kind of not memorable, whereas the volume 1 had so many really good ones that one would have been more, well, the first one from the first volume would have been better in the 3rd volume is what I mean. It just packs a little bit more impact and it would fit better with that.
But that one's also a bit too on the nose. And because they all cover, like the topic for volume 3, maybe the other ones as well, I don't remember.
Probably the whole
thing.
thing.
But is that how people keep fucking up nature and everything else that we get?
We are horrible.
Yeah, we are horrible. That is basically...
That's the premise of Love, Death,
we
Robots.
keep fucking up, like especially the swarm one.
Yeah, exactly.
That, again, that thing where human greed takes over.
Yeah.
And
it introduces like the bad side of humanity, which is our ability to bullshit and just sell ourselves.
Yeah.
Because he's talking to these other aliens and they're like, why do you want to go and visit
exactly. Why do you
the
want
swarm?
this? Yeah.
Because like they're so much of a lesser thing than we are. We should it really sets humanity on the map as like...
It's so well made,
Yeah.
but my problem with it is the on-the-nose sort of narrative where it's like, oh, we're greedy and we're going to take this and make this thing. It's like,
Yeah.
Like, you could have told the story a bit differently so that it isn't so obvious.
Yeah.
Like Marvel does, like they're very, like Star Wars, like everyone's doing it right now.
Yeah.
It's like, this is happening in society. Let us point it out for you with this big laser pointer.
Yeah.
Like dum-dums. And it gets so annoying when you catch on to it instead of focusing on the story.
Yeah.
And there are some really cool ones in this one, though, and again, this one is like the bugs and the swarm and the...
Like, it's beautiful.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. And the evil or like the warrior ones are so cool.
Yeah.
And the other ones are terrifying in their own right, but
Yeah.
they're like nice. It's all cool. It's just like the way that some stories are told are a bit too, I guess they're not woke in this one, but it's like, because they're the opposite of that
Exactly.
in this case.
And that's why I also enjoy it so much, because it is kind of like a break from the
that,
whole wokeness of the rest of the world right now.
Yeah, I think I guess the on the nose is where the storyline kind of stops being believable.
Yeah.
So that's the problem in some episodes, but you can't, like, even if we made stuff, we would probably end up there at some point.
Yes,
all the
of
time.
course.
Yes,
the first time we try anything would probably be that.
And this is kind of where I want to encourage everyone to create something. Like, fuck if people care or not. Like, that is the beauty of these things. Like, these are the people at the top making some stuff now. But I'm just saying that even they sometimes, miss the mark.
Yeah.
With their storytelling. It's hard.
It's
hard.
impossible to know what everybody loves or likes.
And dude, there is nothing that everybody loves.
No, but on the opposite
But we can
end
all
of that,
hate Amber Turd.
Yes. No, but on the opposite spectrum of that is that no matter how shitty you think your thing is, somebody will love it.
That's the thing,
100%.
But
somebody.
Dude, there are so many movies that I hate.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, this is so underrated. I'm like, it isn't, but it's cool that you think so. And there's a community of people that genuinely think that, and that's the cool thing about creating stuff.
Like how we sell in Big Trouble in Little China, for example.
If no one that hasn't seen it growing up thinks it's good.
Exactly. It's the best movie ever made.
Movie ever made. Yeah.
But for us.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing. But like this episode has gone on for way longer since it's a summer episode that we've started doing now. But it would be super cool to kind of think of like projects like this. Like it's basically art.
Yeah.
Art created like H.R. Geiger and his shit, like stuff that is created that kind of disturbs you or like it like your moral compass doesn't, point that way.
Yeah.
It would be fun to see how you kind of see these things. Because, on the one hand, it's one person's expression that you're shitting on.
Yeah.
Or not jiving with, or it makes you feel a certain way that you don't like. Like,
Is that a bad thing or is that a good thing?
Yeah, and I'm thinking that our past experiences, let's say if I've been through violence and abuse, like violence and abuse on TV might trigger me.
Yeah.
But does that mean that person shouldn't be able to do, because we talked about Django.
Yeah.
Django has some fucked up scenes and violence.
Yeah, it does.
And to me, that's like choreographed violence entertainment. It doesn't feel real to me, although it is uncomfortably raw in that movie.
I mean, while you're watching it going, this is so fucking hilarious, or I love this,
Or
and
I love-
you're
or like,
sitting there
whatever
laughing
it
at
is,
people
yeah.
exploding. On the opposite spectrum of that, you have maybe this war veteran
that
that's
kinda-
been through proper hell, and when he sees this or she sees
Yeah.
this, it just triggers something, and it's the most horrific scene ever on television for that person. Like, and that's again the beauty of the art.
The art, and that's what I'm thinking as well. Like
Yeah.
it's supposed to move you.
Yeah.
Whether it moves you positively or negatively, that's not the artist's problem. Like it's your experience and your shit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that.
And that meaning, like, some people like to draw really buff girls with big tits, and it's super weird when you see it on the front page of Insta or DeviantArt.
Yeah.
Like it's such a fucked up thing. Or like people that post like pictures of butts, like, and you just like, and they're just like spreading their cheeks, and that's like the photography, like
That's a
top
thing.
tier on. Like it was on DeviantArt for a while.
Oh yeah.
Like it was just people taking nudes, which is also fine. And then, some people don't think like nudes are interesting enough, so they, like they close in on the butthole, which is so fucked up in my head, but it's an art form for someone. And should that not exist, and I'm like, when I think about it, I was like, of course it should.
Yeah.
But, like you get that kind of like, you don't know how to categorize it because it feels fucked up to you.
Yeah.
Whereas
Go back to episode 2, Elias.
I know, that's what I'm thinking as well. And
What is art?
What is art? It's a butthole.
Yeah.
On DeviantArt. but I'm just saying, like, butthole. but that is art. Art is, like it's terrifying. It's like provocative. It's
in your face. It's not in your face.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just meh, and sometimes it's in your
Vin
face.
Diesel,
Yeah. And like I said, like Love, Death, and Robots is highs and lows of storytelling, but it will guaranteed move you somehow.
Yeah.
Like it might make you angry. It might make you like, they shouldn't make fun of this. Or nudity. Oh my God, they shouldn't be posting nipples
I don't want
on.
to see penises.
Yeah, exactly. Or nipples, because
I
those
didn't
are
pay for
forbidden.
this.
Hey,
Yeah.
nipples I know are forbidden because Instagram told me so.
Oh, yeah.
Female nipples. Man nipples are cool.
Well, men don't have nipples.
We don't have nipples? What do we have?
Nipples.
Nipples.
Yeah, that was not at all good.
And we don't have chest. We have chesticles.
Yeah, we do.
But
Or you do.
I have chesticles.
I've got man boobs.
Members. Just. But what I'm saying is that art is supposed to move you, and then if you like it or not, that's your problem.
Exactly.
But it would be
always
awesome.
is.
Yeah, and it always is your fault.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it would be awesome to just hear what everyone thinks. So go over to our Discord.
First watch Love, Death, Robots.
And because we probably spoiler warning.
You heard
at the very end.
Yes.
But there are no more buts.
We're all
Thank
out
you.
of butts. Thank you.
That
Thank
concludes
you.
this
Butthole episode.
So remember, buttholes are also art.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
And how do you
Sprinkle
check
cocaine.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And moving on.
And moving home.
And all the effects are on the wrong page. I can't move on. Oh my God, we can't work like this. And we're back. So we're skipping tools because it's summer and we don't have any tools. And retro.
And this whole episode has been a retro.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah,
But have you watched anything outside of Love, Death, and Robots?
I have, but to be honest, I don't know if I should save it for another episode
Save it for another day.
or if I'm gonna blow the load on this one.
Ew.
Yeah, I know that sounded
Super wrong.
exactly as good as it intended to be. But fuck it, I can talk.
But fuck it.
But fuck it. That's what you
Blowing
sound all the
loads.
time. Yeah,
That's what you
I
always
sound like.
I know.
Yeah.
My weird pauses.
Just to have a little bit of a break from Love, Death, Robots,
Mm-hmm.
I watched the latest masterpiece from Edgar Wright. So the man behind Baby Driver and Shaun of the Dead and all of those amazing movies made a movie called Last Night in Soho. It's out on, what's it called? On demand. Like you can rent it.
Yeah, you can rent
or buy it, and I bought it.
Ooh,
on YouTube. And
which one is that though? Like it sounds so familiar, but not.
I don't know how much I should
Don't say anything. I'll just
about
look.
it, but it's a good movie.
Mhm.
It is a very unique movie.
Who's in it? Let's start there.
So you're going to recognize a whole bunch of people, but not like,
Okay.
oh, I know the name of them. I think the only one that sticks out is Anya Taylor-Joy or whatever her name is from The Northman.
No idea.
Like
Oh
the-
shit. Okay, now
from
I know. Yeah,
Queen's
yeah,
Gambit.
yeah.
And I'm not sure I said her name right or if it's
It doesn't
like,
matter.
if it's even her name.
It's
But
the girl with
Queen's
the
Gambit
yeah.
girl, the witch.
I did
all of
not even. I haven't seen Queen's Gambit, but I did not recognize her at all.
that. Oh, really?
Yeah, and now that you said it, it's just like poof.
There
Just-
you go.
Yeah,
But Queen's Gambit is also really good.
I've heard.
Definitely recommend it if you haven't seen
I
it.
recommended it to my wife that saw it, and I didn't see. it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know Santa started watching it and she kind of liked it, but she fell asleep all the time. So she just never understood.
she said
what
she
it
didn't
was.
like it.
Yeah. She didn't understand it.
I love how she watched it, didn't understand because she just moved on to the next episode.
Like all of a sudden it's 4 episodes later and she's like, I don't know what's happening. I'm like, they're just playing chess, honey.
It sucked. They just played chess for 8 episodes.
No, but this movie it's a very sort of jumping in between times.
Oh, okay. So it's
But
like
it's not-
the storytelling is
It's very,
jumpy,
but in a very linear and great way.
Oh.
And it's Edgar Wright, so you know that
He gets it
music,
right.
Yeah, he always gets
Gets
it
it
right.
right.
But music is a big part of it.
Okay,
and
cool. So
it's-
basically Baby Driver in
but
a
not
different
in,
setting. Yeah.
like not as laser focused on the hitting
music,
the beats
yeah.
and stuff, but definitely you can tell that it's there. It's a sort of coming of age type of movie, but also very much murder mystery thriller type movie, and it's got like a little bit of everything in there. To be honest, like it's really good. But yeah, so Queen's Gambit girl is in there. You got one of the Doctor Who's is in there.
Ah.
You have what was she from? Damn it! I was so proud that I remembered where she was from. Oh yeah. Wait, yeah, you saw Jojo Rabbit,
Mm-hmm.
the girl in the wall.
Oh shit. Okay.
She's in
Okay.
it,
Not
too.
that I remember what she looked like.
No, but it took me forever to remember her from that
without
movie.
googling.
Without googling, of course. I never touched this
Very
stuff.
cool.
Yeah, I do, but I try not to. Yeah, so I mean, it's not like super duper mega famous actors
Mhm.
apart from Queen's Gambit girl, but solid cast and recognizable characters.
Recommended.
Recommended, yes. Yeah, I would say definitely see it.
Better or worse than Baby Driver?
Oh man, you can't compare it to Baby Driver. It's a totally different movie.
It's the same guy though.
Yeah, It's a totally
It's
different movie.
Okay.
It's
Son of a bitch.
if he would draw one canvas in blue and one in red. It's
I
like,
can't.
which one do you?
Dude? Now that we're talking about it, like I can't think of any other Edgar Wright movie. Like just now that I'm trying to think of it, because we've talked about him a lot, I can't think of any other movie than Baby Driver.
Oh, he's done a lot.
I know, but we like a couple, and I
Yeah.
can't think of any.
But have you seen those Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead
Hot
is
Fuzz,
awesome. Hot Fuzz is awesome.
What's it called? And at World's End.
At World's End, I don't know, don't remember. Might have seen it. Which one is that?
It's about like this group of friends that are old now, same actors as Hot Fuzz and all of
Oh
those,
shit!
that get together again to do one last bar hopping round in
Okay,
their
okay.
old city, but something is off.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil it because
but it sounds
it's
super
a really
familiar.
big twist in it.
Okay, I'll check it out.
And it's a trilogy, kind of. So you should definitely watch all of them. Not in like one sitting, but they all
But I
kind
see
of
what you mean. Yeah,
go together.
they're the same type of movie, like
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
different kind of way.
But he's done something else that is
Dude,
like
I know, and we've talked about it on this show, and I'm just drawing blanks. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, Baby Driver.
But who cares? Yeah,
exactly.
it's fine.
It's great. He was supposed to do Ant-Man, but he dropped out.
Dude, the way that we've described the actors in this movie as well, like it's the girl from this, the guy from that,
Just
like it's
like
fine.
always.
like always.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but it's I would definitely recommend it. Is it worth like buying or renting? I don't know.
I don't
maybe
think so.
yeah. Maybe wait until it's out on streaming services. It's a really good movie, and if you are a movie buff and you
But what kind of movie is it? Like
that's the hard thing to really nail
the
down.
pen. Okay.
So without spoiling it.
Oh well, you did say coming of age-ish.
Yeah, exactly. So the premise of the movie, like without spoiling anything, is about a girl that's gotten into fashion school and she has to go from the countryside to London to start studying.
Okay.
And it's more just like the horrors of living in London if you're used to your safe little bubble on the countryside.
Okay.
Because London is
Bumpkin does London.
Yeah,
Cool.
It's a shithole. But she also has this little gift that kind of becomes very relevant.
Okay. In the story
movie.
thingy.
Yes.
Cool.
So it's that coming of age story, but with a lot of mysterious and strange, twisted things.
Okay.
Again, jumping in and out of different times and stuffs. But I mean, I had a good time watching it. It's definitely not the best Edgar Wright movie at all,
But not the worst.
but definitely not the worst. And it's just entertaining.
Didn't Edgar Wright do the Scott Pilgrim movie?
Yes, good. Damn, that was the one.
Yeah, because
That's-
now that you said like,
there you go.
I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like we talked about it just recently.
Exactly. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. One of the most underrated movies, I would say. Like it never got any attention at all, but it's so
But
unique.
it's
and
fun. Like,
that's a fun ride. For sure. I really genuinely love that movie. God damn you, alcohol.
Yeah, and I saw
Messing
it.
up my
I
voice.
think like 1-2 years ago. Talked about it on this show.
Yeah.
And it was fun. Like it, like all movies in that type of genre, it's hard to get like a home run in all, but it's enjoyable. Like
Yeah. It's a perfect
It's-
sort of video game movie.
yeah, it is. It
But
has a lot of
it's
fun
definitely
stuff.
not a video game. Like, yeah.
Yeah. It is a video game.
yeah,
it is a
it
video
probably
game
is.
and a comic. Yeah.
But yeah, check that out too. I think that's still on Netflix.
Oh, it probably is.
Yeah. But
I'm
yeah,
sure you're
that's-
right.
Again.
I don't
no,
remember.
yeah, we don't have
we
any.
switched. Yeah, we switched.
I think the purple one. The purple one. The Gurta!
That's all we had on that one.
Exactly.
It's perfect.
Perfect. But
It
that's
just sounded exactly like us talking, so
No
you don't
way.
even know. No,
Yeah.
but I just mean
Oh,
like
yeah,
it
it just
didn't
blends
sound
in.
like it just blends into the talk. That was actually a sound clip, but you couldn't even tell it was. Holy dicks, it was so fucking perfect.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I've seen apart from Love, Death, Robots.
It's because it's that, like,
I know something
So-
that we've both watched.
Oh, what have we watched? Fuck this.
Belly.
Betty.
Belly.
Dude, oh yeah, I've
I
actually.
mean, you've caught up, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I did recommend it on the previous episode, but
But I mean, we both
I haven't
watched
seen
the
episodes
4.
Oh, sure, yeah, I've seen
4
all the
episodes,
4 episodes.
Yeah.
But I thought we were on 5 now. Maybe not.
mean,
but who cares?
We don't have to talk all that much about it, but we both watched
Yeah.
the whole up until the last episode, which was
Dude,
episode 4.
It has
season
become really
Dark.
weird and dark. Yeah.
dark.
It's so dark.
It's not like funny anymore.
No.
you know?
And you know what? I don't like Barry right now.
No.
I don't like him at all, and I've loved him throughout. And I
now
kind of
he's-
hate him right now.
Yeah.
Like he's so again, like the Love Death Robot. Like if you stomp a woman's face, I'm not gonna feel great about it.
Yeah.
And your show.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling that about Barry right now. Like I don't like Barry. Like he's been so much fun up to this point.
And now he's a dick.
And now he's just so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like now you.
But he's
and this-
definitely dealing with shit.
Oh, he's dealing with shit, and that is like this is what I like about this show is that they just now made me not like the guy that I've liked throughout, even though I knew he killed people.
Yeah.
Now they show you what he's really. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
not
Unfiltered.
like unfiltered Barry. Like, and it's so disturbing because this is really what Barry is.
Yeah.
A broken man. You know, like
And that's why I really like it too.
yes,
So, but Santa's not really into it now because it is
like
that.
more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they need this arc. Like it's
Yeah.
been building for this. And
Exactly. It's been way too light, even though it's really dark.
It's really dark.
but it's been on this sort of light, sort of
yeah,
mood the entire time, and now it's just
it's just
pure-
pure dark.
yeah.
Yeah. And Mr. Croissant or whatever his name is.
Kuso.
Kuso, yeah. Mine was funnier. But he's so dark now
Yeah.
as well. Like
Yeah.
he's
So
like
destroyed,
so
broken.
yeah,
Yeah.
broken is the word.
I think that's like every character now.
yeah.
Even the girlfriend. Whatever her
No,
name is.
all of them. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just and how it all ended now is just perfectly dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like not dark as in I'm gonna stomp on your face dark, but it's Barry dark. Like if you've seen the show up to this point, like it is.
Oh, it's so
insane.
Barry dark.
It's Barry dark. Very nice. That deserves applause.
Oh, yeah. the buttons,
The
Elias, the
buttons
buttons.
are in the wrong place.
Yeah.
No, but it's just like it's a journey.
Yeah.
Like it really is a journey. And I think if you wait for this season to kind of like release all the episodes, it's going to be a hell of a ride
Yeah,
to watch
I
all
think-
3.
I definitely recommend it that way.
Yeah, I don't like the waiting on this one because
No.
it's so dark. You
And
kind of
it's so
want to
short.
get. It's so short, and
Yeah.
you want to kind of just get to the next thing.
Mm.
You want it to go back to its like happy place, but not force it, but just like see where the cycle leads, or like where the journey leads, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's such a great show. So watch Barry over Superstore.
And speaking of great shows, this one is ending
Now
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this is way too long.
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Way!
Woo! In 1 hour and 21 minutes.
Yay!
45 minutes. We're out.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
don't
you,
forget
guys.
to check the Discord, friends, and
Yeah.
tell us what you think about this topic that is unnameable.
Yeah, exactly. Love, Death, Robots, and Sketchbook Heroes.
stuff.
Maybe. Yeah. But yeah, jump in on Ilya's Instagram or the Sketchbook Heroes Instagram to
Or
get to
any
the Discord.
Instagram. No, just kidding.
Yeah, all Instagrams
All
lead
Instagrams.
to our Discord. But thank you for listening,
Thank you
and
so
hope you
much.
enjoyed our ramblings again. Intro, outro.
Intro, outro,
wait.
intro.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Go.
I don't know what that button does. Fuck it.
Hey,
Yeah.
oh,
We
hey.
fucking nailed it.
Kind of. Yeah.
Artists
Yeah.
of the world
Stop talking.
unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They love